Happy Thursday, guys. So we have been reading The Lady or the Tiger. We loved that story. I know many of you hated the ending. And so today we're going to take care of that. We're going to find out what really is behind that door. And so you have a two-part performance task, and we're going to be working on this for the next week, a little bit in class and then a little bit on your own. The first part of it is an artistic representation of what is behind the door. And so you are going to use your imagination. You're going to draw conclusions. You're going to use your text evidence to decide what is behind that door. And then you are going to create a door that reveals what is behind that door. All right, so let's look at the performance task itself. An artistic representation of what's awaiting the young man behind the door. Use your best artistic ability and critical thinking skills to create a masterpiece that will include the open door, the hidden being behind it, what's behind the door, and then text support for your decision. So here's what you need to do. You need to create an open door that reveals exactly what the man will find. Will he find a lady and love somebody he has to marry? Or will he find death, the tiger that's going to maul him to pieces, right? You should have an elaborately decorated door. Remember, the king was a man of exuberant fancy after all, and an illustrated version of what is inside or behind that door. Because this is a creative assignment, you should neatly color or trace a picture for inside the door. You will be graded on neatness, effort, creativity. Your picture should not be done in gray, boring pencil. Boring. All right, so let me just, I want you guys to be creative. I want you to use your own thoughts, but I just want to kind of show you a couple of ways that you could, I quickly, just kind of cut out, I don't know if you guys can see this, like maybe you want to get a piece of colored paper and make your door hinged like this. And then you would kind of glue this piece onto another piece so that we could then see what is behind the door, right? Maybe you want to make your whole piece of paper the door. So you could make these beautiful French doors, right? And remember, there was a latch on it, and you could decorate them and open them up. And that would be what's behind the door. We could see that way. Or maybe you want to make it so that it is not like two doors opening, but maybe you would rather just have one door. Okay, and again, you're going to decorate this, make it look nice, and then you can open it up that way. Okay, so, and maybe you have a different idea, that's fine. Those are just some ideas to get you started. Let's look at number 2. It says on either side of the door, you need to include at least 2 quotes that support your decision on whether it is the lady or the tiger. We have been working on this text evidence all year long. You need to pull some quotes from the story that prove, why do you believe it's the tiger if that's who you put behind the door? Why do you believe it's the lady if that's who you put behind the door? And so, for example, if you decided to do your doors this way, you could decorate your doors. Inside in the middle is where you would have your picture of the lady or the tiger, and then you could put your quotes on either side, okay? If you decided to do this, you could open it up. This is what's behind your door. Your quotes could be on the inside of that door. If you decided to do like the hinged one, you could actually just write them on the wall. So just be creative, but you need to have at least 2 quotes. And remember, your quotes need to be in proper citation format, MLA. And here we have an example of what that might look like. Okay, which came out of the open door, the lady or the tiger? And that was on page 6. Okay, now you're not going to use that quote because you're going to give us quotes that actually support what you put behind the door. And then after each of your quote, you need to have an explanation of how that quote supports your decision. This is the analysis part, okay? So if you put the tiger behind the door and then you give us a quote telling us why you think it would be the tiger, then you need to explain, I think the princess wants him to choose the door with the tiger because, Okay, and so then you're going to explain that. And then of course you see your rubric here. This is worth 20 points. And so you want to make sure that you are looking at how you can get all of those points. Okay? The second part of this is for you to tell us what happened, right? Now that you made your decision and you've shown it off artistically, now you get to show off all of your impeccable authoring skills. You're going to write the ending of the story, redraft the end of the story. And to do this, you need to think the way the author, Frank Stockton, did, trying to create an end of a story that would be like something that he may have written, right? You're going to continue in third person omniscient point of view. You're going to show how the conclusion that you have determined, was it the lady, was it the tiger, is connected to an earlier part of the story. Okay, in part one, you gave us quotes. How do these help you write the new ending, right? When you did your door, you gave us some quotes. So now use those quotes, right? And then we're giving you a way to start your story. Begin your first paragraph with every heart stopped beating, every breath was held, every eye was fixed upon that man without the slightest hesitation. He went to the door on the right and opened it. Okay, every single one of the 8th grade students that's rewriting this story is going to start with that story starter. And then you're going to finish it. Include a minimum of 250 words. This should be about 1 page, double space. And you're going to, again, make sure you're using proper spelling, grammar, and mechanics. This is worth 10 points. And again, you can see the rubric. Make sure you're looking at this so that you can earn all of your points. Okay? If we go to our Schoology page, you will see, here's the Lady of the Tiger story. If you need to look at that again, the performance task, that is the rubrics and the ideas that I just went over with you. And then here you're going to find where you are going to write part 2. I'm spinning right now, but this is a Google document, just like for our Article of the Week reactions. And you will be able to see when you open this up, where you are going to write the rest of your story. So here's the directions that I just went over with you, and then you are just going to start typing your story here. Again, you're going to start with every heart stopped beating, right? You're going to use that little story starter, type that out, and then finish typing the rest of your story following these guidelines. Okay, this is going to be due next Thursday, January 21st, and so you have a full week to work on this. If you have questions, let us know. Have a great day, guys.